Everything.
Ate everything, but times two. So pretty much I was working out 6 days a week, twice a day. When I wasn't, for parts 1 and 2, I was shooting a lot, but whenever I would get off the set, I had to go to the gym, they would stay open just for me. I was like, you can go to bed if you want to. See you tomorrow. But they would stay open, and it was 6 days a week, and I had 6 trainers every day. I had to eat 3,500 calories a day, pretty much. So if I would eat to the point where I was full, but then I had to finish everything on the plate. So it'd be like double serving everything. Eating's fun until you're full, and you're like, I'm good, and then you have to eat double what you just had. It's not fun. So it was very mentally taxing, but the way I channeled it is the spirit of Corey Wise. I can go through a month and a half in the gym if he can go through 12 years of what he did. So I knew that if I pushed through and I powered through, because I don't hit the gym, like, I'll be honest. I hate the gym. So you really gotta pay me to make me hit the gym. So I just knew that if I powered through and I pushed through and I went through the pain and I went through the soreness and I went through the not wanting to eat and feeling like throwing up, if I could go through that, then I can at least have a tiny fraction of that warrior spirit that he has, And so I channeled it. In part 3, I'm not shown at all, so it was 3 weeks. That was where my most intense training went. And you can't really do much in a short amount of time. I gained 8.5 pounds of muscle, which was, like 4 weeks. And so it was just upper body workouts and jail lifting workouts. But anyway, by the end of the 3 weeks of them shooting part 3, I had come back with just a broader chest and some sort of muscle that was there. I was no longer like that stick boy, I was, right. And so it just looked right for the role,
Very good.
And Ava pushed me, like she would insult me to push me. She was like, no, not yet. Feeling my arms. You seen Corey? Yeah. And so she pushed me, and so you should see Corey. It's
Corey
awesome.
is kind of ripped though.
Oh, he's ripped. And I asked him, he hasn't worked out in years. It's just there. It's just that body, So. Yeah.
I mean, the gym is still open though. Keep at it.
We good. Maybe tomorrow.
I want to ask both of you, and I'll start with you, Issy. What would you like the audience to take away from this series?
When I wrapped the movie, as soon as I wrapped, being an actor is my due, but my who is to be of service in the world. And the first thing I said was, how can I serve? I don't have anybody in my family who is in prison. I've never visited a jail, but I was so moved to serve. Call of action. And I joined the Innocence Project. Many people may look at this project and definitely feel something, but then the question becomes, what will you do? Is there a petition that needs your name? Do you want to join a group? Do you, even if nothing else, but to labor in prayer for these men, because they are still going through it. You know what I mean? The smile on the front is one thing, but we've sat with them and understand that there is still a brokenness that is yet to be healed in all of it. We understand that how necessary voting is. There are so many ways to show up in it all. And that's what my takeaway would be one, not to be in a rush to judgment. Every time you see somebody in handcuffs does not mean that they did the thing. And two, how will you show up and serve?
Amen to that.
Yeah, my biggest thing before the show came out was that I prayed that the title came to life and that we would actually see them, not just watch the show and walk away and say, oh, that was a cool show, but actually see them. And so to see them here in LA and to see them for the past week going to all these different locations, speaking and inspiring and starting funds and doing all of this stuff, that's all I dreamed of while doing this. And so I just hope that their impact continues to spread and kind of opens up people's eyes. And the thing is, this is the Central Park Million, There's so many people who go through this every single day. And so to be aware of it, especially with people my age, people in my community who we don't often talk about prison and incarceration. Today's modern day slavery, in my opinion. We don't speak on it. And so just to even spark that conversation in classrooms, in schools, and just make these kids aware of what goes on in the in the justice system. We know, yeah, cops, be nice and be appropriate, be polite, but that's not enough to know, and it's not even close to enough to know. And then my other thing is just to respond with, like you said, a call of action, not anger. We can be mad. We're gonna be mad. We're gonna be angry. We're gonna feel like our blood is boiling, but let's not take it and punch. Let's not hit anybody. Let's take it and talk, to the people who are angry with you, and let's calm down and let's figure out what we can do to push past it. But I've seen so many responses where it's like, fuck white people, fuck police, fuck the judges, fuck the criminal system. It's like, no, let's change the criminal system. Let's change police. Let's change this. Let's change this. And so there's a big difference in those words, and so that's all. Yeah.
Amen to that. All right. Thank you very much, both of you. We have a few minutes before everybody starts applauding and thinking that we're going to leave. We have a couple minutes for some audience questions, and so we want to ask you that you have to keep them brief and keep them in the form of a question. So, yes, sir, in the front.
Yeah, it was great performance.
Yeah, we have
great performance, man. I loved it. It was crying, everything. Both of you was awesome.